Good evening, this is Brendan Nollett reporting from the east side of Oswego, and tonight we have Funny Money Talkers with host Alex Morabito and special guest Hayden Ward. We'll be talking a little finance, amongst other things. And we'd like to take this time to apologize tonight for last week's indiscretions brought to us by Boris. He will not be allowed back on the show, and we'd like to apologize if there was any young kids watching that. And we promise it will never happen again. So you guys are in for a good one tonight, though. I'd like to hand it over to our host, Alex Morabito, now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to today's show of Funny Money Talkers. I am your host, as always, Alex Morabito, and we have quite the show in store for you today. On today's show, we will talk about this book in front of me here. It's titled The Little Book of Big Dividends, and it's written by Charles Carlson. Charles Carlson is a very successful financial advisor and has helped out a lot of people become rich over the years. He gives great financial advice and is knowledgeable in all different financial fields. He's had a long career and has written many books and has been very successful and is well regarded in the financial world. Today's book really focuses on dividends, of course, as you can tell by the title, and he really stresses reinvesting these dividends over a long period of time in order to accumulate more money. So on today's show, we have a special guest, and that's also a dividend special, and that's Hayden Ward. Please welcome Hayden Ward. Mr. Ward, how are you? Good to see you.
Yeah. Pleasure all mine.
Always a pleasure to have you on the show. To all our viewers out there, I'd like to introduce you to Hayden Ward. He is a financial expert, and he also does a lot of advising, just like the author of this book. Thanks so much for coming on the show. We appreciate having you. Would you, tell us a little bit about yourself? Where you're from, how old you are, what you're interested in.
Well, I'm a Long Island native from Montauk, New York, and I'm currently 20 years old. Got a good education in Oswego. Took a finance class or two. Met some good people. Really set me on the right path, and sparked my interest in finance. And I'm fortunate to be where I am today, talking to you.
Absolutely, and we're fortunate to have you on the show. Now, talking more in particular about this book, The Little Book of Big Dividends. You read it? Did you enjoy it? I read it. I enjoyed it. What did you think about it?
I thought it was a really good read. I agreed with the author on many of the key points that he touched upon. And overall, I say a lot of good information. If there was one thing in particular I thought was probably more important than the rest was the chapter on reinvestment of dividends. It's true that it could be, depending on your current situation, a better move for you to cash out your dividends when they come around, and everybody has their own financial issues. But if you're able to leave your dividends where they are and reinvest them, it'll be much better for you in the long run, because besides just the financial benefits, it'll keep you in the stock market even in the bad times when you wouldn't normally invest. It sort of forces you to keep your funds in there. And like I said, it's only going to help you in the long run. You stick with it, and it'll eventually give you a good payout.
Absolutely, that's a great point. And Charles Carlson makes a lot of great points in this book. Was there anything else that jumped out and caught your eye, or something that you would like to share with the viewers?
Later, towards the end of the book, he touches upon this DRIP, which is the Dividend Reinvestment Plan. We can talk more about this later on in the show, but I thought that was a very important segment of the book, and hopefully we can get back to that later.
Absolutely. Well, I hate to interrupt you here, but we would like to go to a quick commercial break.
Hey guys, it's me, Froggy the Frog. I have a little joke for you. If a dumb blonde, a dumb Canadian, and a smart Canadian jumped off a building, who would land first? No answers? Okay, it's the dumb Canadian, because there's no such thing as the other two. Ha 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 ha! I'm Freddy the Frog, and I'm reminding you to shop American.
That's one weird frog right there. Anyways, welcome back to the show, and I'm here again with Hayden Ward. And just to kind of sum everything up, to our viewers, so you did enjoy the book and you would recommend it to people to read?
Oh, definitely. It's a good book, and if you might not be as well as knowledgeable on dividends as we are, it'd be a good read. Pick up a few tricks of the trade. But what were your thoughts of the book?
Oh, I absolutely love the book. I thought that it was very well written and very knowledgeable. My favorite part, actually, what I took away the most, or what I liked most about the book, was when Mr. Carlson gives a little history lesson in the first couple chapters. He talks about when the stock market was rising, when it was falling, when were good times in the past to buy stocks, when they were low, and he's just good at being able to read the market and reading history, using history to help him in his current decisions, which will eventually help us in the future. And he kind of goes over that in the book, and I thought that was very persuasive almost. It made me want to listen to him and keep reading and keep turning the pages to find out more information that he has, because I know that he has a wealth of it. And so yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the book from that standpoint.
I was glad to hear. It was a very, very good read.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Now I'm sorry again, but we have to go to commercial break one more time, so we'll see you in a minute.
Hey guys, it's me, Froggy the Frog, here to tell you another joke. What's the only thing that smells worse than shit? Canadian bacon!
I don't know what's gotten into that frog, but again, our apologies, and we're back right now, and that pretty much wraps up our show, and we want to thank you for tuning in, and make sure to tune in next week. I'd like to give a special thanks to our guest, Hayden Ward. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
Oh, thank you so much. Anytime.
Absolutely. We look forward to having you back, so we'll see you around sometime.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, that concludes this week's edition of Funny Money Talkers, and I would just like to thank everyone for tuning in and watching it. We really had an enjoyable show. I hope that you enjoyed our guests that we had on, and and again, we apologize for the frog commercials. We need to get him out of there. We need to get someone new in here, but we really hope that you enjoyed our guest speaker as well. He was very knowledgeable. And we're just getting word in, actually, that we were able to catch up with Hayden Ward backstage. We'll take you there live. Hey, Mr. Ward. Oh, I'm so glad that we were able to catch you. Our fans are just dying to know if we could ask you a few more questions. Going back to the book, did you think that by the author not putting in any graphs or any stats like that, it made it for an easier read or anything of that nature?
Definitely. Anytime you have graphs in a reading that might be a little complicated, it could turn some heads around and makes for a difficult read. So it was nice to keep it smooth.
Absolutely. So again, to all our viewers, The Little Book of Big Dividends is a great book. It's a fairly easy read for the intermediate reader, and we really think that you guys should take a second and read it and become just more aware of your financial possibilities. Now, a couple more things that our fans just wanted to ask was just a couple of random questions. So, who do you think's cooler, Paulie D or The Situation?
I gotta go with Paulie D. He's always doing his thing.
Yeah. What do you like better, Jaguars or Tigers?
Jaguars. Gotta stay classy.
Yeah, that's right. Now, do you prefer blondes or brunettes?
Ooh, that's a good question. Gotta go with the blondes. Gotta go with the blondes.
Blondes. You heard it from the man. You heard it here first. Well, again, thanks so much for coming on the show, and we really appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Absolutely. And I'm just signing off. I'm Alex Marabido, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And stay classy as we go.
Hey guys, me again, for another joke. What do Canadian beer and urine samples have in common? The taste! Ha 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 ha!